All right, in preparation for departure, one of the things we need to make sure is that everything on the nav station is set. All the right switches are turned on, and a lot of the switches are in the off position. So what we want to do is go through the nav station panel so that you know exactly what should be on and what should be off when you're preparing to depart the dock. First thing I want to point out to you, if I can, is this square right here is all of our shore power switches. This area strictly relates to our shore power. When you come on the boat, you should find the AC main in the on position, and this yellow switch is your actual charger. It tells it to charge the battery. So this is telling the AC to charge our main battery. This is how you should find it, and this is how you should leave it at the end of the night. If while you're under shore power at the dock you need to use the 110 outlets, you can turn these on, and that will allow you to do that. But once you disconnect shore power, this portion of the panel becomes irrelevant. So for departure, we can shut those to the off position. It's not going to matter. This panel relates everything to do with what our batteries are charging, and we want to make sure that we have our main DC in the on position, because if this isn't on, nothing else works. Now, if you're going to be sailing during the day, you may or may not want your cabin lights on, but let's pretend we're sailing and are going to sail into the evening. We can turn our cabin lights on so that when you need to, you can switch on a light and have it working. We can also turn on our running lights. Steaming light should be on for departure, and we'll shut that off once you're under sail. Your anchor light you'll leave in the off position since you're not anchoring while sailing. At least let's hope not. Our bilge pump can stay in the off position. We have an automatic bilge pump on the boat, so this should only be switched on if that stopped working, so that can stay off. Our water pressure can be on or off. If you feel as though you may need to run some water while under sail, that can be on or off, but generally, until you need it, I wouldn't bother switching it on. Deck lights, you won't need those until you're putting your boat away at the end of the evening, but if you need some light up on the deck, you can. Our autopilot is for in the on position, because that will help run our GPS system. It will also operate the electronics at the helm. Our radio is not working because it's actually not a radio attached, so we leave this in the off position. What we want to have on is our VHF, which actually runs our VHF radio on the boat, which should be on prior to departure and set to channel 16. The depth sounder will tell you how deep it is. We want to have that on for sure. And accessory doesn't attach to anything. You can leave that off. And the red switch here is for our refrigerator. It can be on if need be while under sail, but for long periods of time you should try and sail without it so it doesn't drain the battery. So if you don't need it, leave it in the off position.